Offer on the table, just make sure you bring the pay. Too much sauce, how I rock. Watch me drip out the lot. Me and cuz at the spot, rolling pot, loading shots. Got a lot from the block, put in work, then I shop. If you try me for this night, boy, you gon' meet the Glock. Full Nick, riding round, probably one in the top. In my hood, what it is, boy, pull over, stop. If you fuck around, up shots and probably won't stop. This the life I live, pay the price you probably would not. I'm a hot boy, pop a bitch at Modelo time. We just about to drink, you don't need to bring out the wine. Hola mama, see the look at you, yeah, you so fine. I'm a rowdy rough boy, look at Blossom from behind. She couldn't close her mouth.
Alright guys, so I do apologize for my voice being very low. I can't really fix that because the way how it was, the way how it is, I don't know how to explain it. It just my volume points wasn't showing. I could tell when I spoke because there was like literally no lines for me to even bring up or down. I tried my best. The next episode that will be coming up, I guarantee it won't happen again. I don't know how this happened again, and this is just the second episode. The first one was actually pretty decent. There was no issues at all. The second one, there was a little issue, but I figured it out now. I know I was having a tough time starting up this one, but I finally realized what was happening. So I do apologize again, and let's get to this podcast, shall we? What is up? It is your gamer, Valcash, the host, well, two hosts. I am here joined by, again, Marmar7.
Of course, as you guys know, I am Marlon Morgan, aka Marmar7, the self-proclaimed Beast King of Chicago, all-around game commentator, advocate of the gaming community in the city of Chicago, and I guess soon to be, once again, employee of GameWorks. Breaking news real quick before we get into this. GameWorks decided to post up earlier today that, oh, by the way, we're going to be opening on Thursday. And it's like, what about the employees? So, no, I ended up finding out information that the employees are going to be trickled in little by little. They're trying to see how everything goes as time goes on. And hopefully we'll be back in the full swing pretty soon. So by next week or the week after, we should be 100% full force. And yeah, that just means I have to re-switch my schedule again on Amazon, and I have to go from Sunday to Wednesdays now instead of working the Thursdays to Sundays. So we'll see how that goes.
Schedules, and there is opportunities to switch. I was thinking about switching it to match up so we could both have time for the podcast.
Yeah,
but we'll discuss that later.
Yeah, that'll be more on a private discussion.
Yes, indeed.
But definitely shout outs to everybody who's a fan of GameWorks who does follow me on Snapchat. That I haven't been posting anything up at all whatsoever, just because I've been hush and quiet about a lot of stuff, and plus a lot of stuff has been going on in my own personal life to begin with anyway. So yeah, things are starting to come back on an up and up. So I'm pretty happy about that, man. How about you, Cash? How was your day today?
Today was good. Today I found out that it was the 25th year anniversary that the PlayStation 1 had landed in the US. So you know me, I poured up a nice cold drink in a party cup and drank some Jack and Coke. And then yeah, that's about it. And then I tried out the flight simulator. It was nice. I love that game so much. I just wish I was good at flying.
Like I was saying earlier, man, I'm a little surprised that you play that game because it's such a niche type of game. Like I know people who play it, but the majority of the people that I know who play it are like plane enthusiasts or people who are trying to become pilots, like legit pilots, and they use that game to practice. So
yeah. I love it. Like I want to be like my goal is to role play it, like figure out like what to say so I could like stream it and stuff like that.
Well, definitely shout outs to Whiplash J, one of the guys who runs his own stream on Twitch. He actually plays that game religiously, and he's trying to work his way in becoming a pilot. And I've known him literally half my life now, so shout outs to him if he ever sees this. I'm pretty sure he will eventually.
Hopefully he makes a TikTok and become TikTok famous pilot like that one guy. I forgot his name, but I think he's the first one to come big being a pilot and TikTok at the same time. It's some Asian dude.
All right. But speaking of coming out first big, we do have some news to talk about.
Oh yeah, you're first.
Since we're gonna segue that way, I would like to bring up the first, or at least for me, my first topic: Microsoft announcing their two consoles that are coming out: the Xbox One X, which we already know about, and the Xbox Series X. Sorry, because these names are confusing as hell, even for me, who's such an Xbox shill.
Huh, that's weird.
And and the Xbox Series S, which is the smaller version. It's about looks like a little less than half, maybe a third of the size of the Xbox Series X, but
I'm
that's also coming out,
I'm not gonna
and
lie.
it's
Uh,
what?
that I thought that I thought it was the same one as the one we got the Xbox One S. I literally thought they were trying to sell it again. Like, yo, what's so special?
But
But
yeah, somebody leaked it first at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then Microsoft's like, "Well, I guess the jib's up. Here we go. Here's the announcement: Xbox Series S is coming out, and it's gonna be $299. And by the way, Xbox Series X is coming out, and it's gonna be $499. And they're both coming out November 10th this year. So,
so
pretty big news. Definitely to bring that up. I have to ask you though, as a PlayStation fan, how does it feel to be second fiddle to announcements right now? Like, how does it feel?
I
How does it
knew.
feel to be back into the role where you used to be back in the PS3 era?
Nah, dude, it's cool. I love it because like I knew someone was gonna come out first, and I just didn't want to say it yet. But I knew Xbox was gonna put the price out, man. PlayStation had that. Yo, they're risky. They would literally give out the price on the day before it's gonna be released, if they wanted to do that. But I mean, the prices is not a shock. Um, I know a lot of people thought it was gonna cost more, and I guess maybe some people. I bet those people who predicted the prices, which I do have beef with, because there was so much. Like people was like indie, they trying to become up in the game
Nah. Here's the fun
industry.
part.
Now
From
wait,
all
wait,
those
hold on.
people that were talking, oh, go ahead, go ahead. Shoot your
Yeah,
shots.
cause I respect them, alright, cause myself like to write reviews and give out predictions, but I'm not gonna follow the train, alright. Like I said it once when we all knew about the systems, I said the price and my prediction. That season is over, you guys. Like it was going through the whole summer, and it was like false facts. Yeah, okay, we get it, we get it. You're trying to be cool or whatever, trying to get them likes. Well, guess what? You're right. And for those said who's gonna be 699, get out of here. Delete that tweet. Go find that tweet, delete it, cause you're wrong and you should quit right now. All right, that's all I gotta say.
All right. So out of everyone that you heard, who was the right one?
Oh, I think shout out to that one guy, Paris from uh Gamer Tag Radio. He was right about the price, including the other guy. I totally forgot his name, but those people. And
All
did
right.
you say it too? Unless did you
Yeah,
say it?
I did.
Yeah.
The moment the moment they shown it off and told us how much power it had, I told you exactly what it was going to be. And if they were going to do a second console, I even give you the press of that too.
Yes, and that guy who leaked it, even though it was great, he's like still fucking because I didn't believe it at first because you know how like in pictures people put their little tags saying that they did it. I low
Yeah,
key didn't believe it because of that. That's the type of details I look into.
yeah. I mean, not gonna lie, even me too. But like the moment I went back to my sources to double check, like, okay, so are they finally saying it now, or are we still waiting for another month or so? Like, no. Like, it looks like it's finally gonna be coming out, and they actually leaked it a few days beforehand, which was hilarious because right when I ended up getting the confirmation that it was absolutely true, that's when I ended up posting up like, "Yep, here we go, guys, dropping bombs now."
November 10th is actually a bad month to be honest.
November is actually looking pretty spicy. I mean, not only do you have the launch of two consoles, which something tells me the PlayStation is going to come out 2 weeks after because it's probably good to give it that window. It'll probably be a good idea to have people think to themselves like, "Oh, you know what? Like, I'd rather wait 2 weeks and then I can go ahead and get me a PS5 type situation." So as I was saying off camera with you, we were kind of talking about the whole thing and when PlayStation will finally make their announcement. For those who don't know, Tokyo Game Show is actually coming up pretty soon, and I was expecting them to be dropping the prices then, and it just so happens we were right around the corner of it. I believe it's if it's not this weekend, then it's next weekend, or if not this weekend, then next week coming up, it's going to be happening. So I'm pretty hyped about that. The fact that we're going to be getting, both consoles and confirming like what exactly is coming out during those times. That's something that's really important for the economy right now, especially dealing with everyone's still going through the whole situation when they're still unemployed and no one's really making that much money. So then you're just trying to look for the best bang for your buck. Microsoft came out with the first swing saying that, hey, even though we have this $500 console right here that's essentially a PC tower, we also have this small little Xbox right here that's actually a little smaller than the Xbox One S, I believe, just a little smaller. But essentially it's beefier than the Xbox One X, which they discontinued back then, and that was another reason why I ended up dropping that whole thing on you about the pricing and that, because if they're dropping that, then that means they're making the prices as even as they can. Because if they kept the Series X or the Xbox One X, then that would mean that it'll go up in increments of how much money you're willing to spend. For this one, it felt right for the fact that they came out and let us know about the $300 console first before the $500 console. But like that just goes to show like just how much power it is. Oh, and for those who don't really know the difference between the two, there really isn't much of a difference besides the GPU, the storage, and the Xbox Series S actually has but what was it, 512 gigabytes of storage, which is kind of bad, especially for those who already know. If you already own an Xbox One S or Xbox One that only has 500 gigs, that's like 2 Call of Duty games right there. So, like, you can only install 2 Call of Duty games. But this time, um, remember, if you do have like an external drive or something from your Xbox that you have now, if you do have one, or if you just have an external drive, be able to put games on. You'll be able to use that and actually add the extra storage. So if you have a 4 terabyte external drive, you can use that onto your Xbox. For those who rocking Seagates, you can rock those and put all your stuff on there. I'm gonna get a Seagate and actually put all of my Xbox One games onto the Seagate, and then save my Xbox Series S because I want the S. I'm gonna end up saving that for all of the big games that are gonna be coming out eventually. What
But
about you, VC?
shout out to the article though, because when you click on it, they have a payment option too, so that's awesome. Uh, but yeah, for me, I'm gonna get the obviously I'm gonna get the Series X. There's no way I'm gonna get that, but I'm gonna wait on it. I'm gonna give it like I probably won't get it till like the summer of next year maybe.
All right, I can see that. I mean, honestly, that's around the time frame where I want to get the PS5. Actually,
Oh yeah, makes
now that
sense.
we're talking about it, like, yeah, we're basically gonna be doing it opposite. You're gonna be getting the PS5. I'm gonna get the Xbox Series, and then right around the same time frame, we're probably gonna end up getting the opposite
Switch.
console.
Yeah,
So
there we go. That's good. That's good. You look at us. I mean, we're
yeah,
still sticking with the same companies. Who's getting it first? I know a lot of
it's by default. I swear.
people.
We're not trying this. This is just how we are.
Yeah, yeah, for real. We did not discuss this off camera. Being like, okay, you're gonna say this, I'm gonna say this. Like, nah, it's honestly because I do want to play Horizon and Little Big Planet and that one game, that indie game. I forgot the name of it before. But
I will say though, if because this really kind of goes for both consoles. Even though I'm getting the Series S, the reason why I'm getting it is because I don't have a PC yet. If I end up just saying, you know what, screw it, I'm going to get a PC instead, I actually still do get a really huge bang for my buck because I can go out, get like an $800 to $1,000 PC that will run for like a good 5 to 7 years, and I can get the Ultimate Game Pass on there and still play all the first party titles they're going to be playing on the series. So Halo Infinite, all the games that they ended up showing off, like all those games will still be hitting the PC, and that's kind of a big advantage that I kind of want to get into. But like, I mean, for you, like, is there anything you're even looking forward to on the Series X to be playing right now as a launch title, or no?
far as I remembered, I think I was only. I'm trying to remember how many games I was hyped for. Um, now
Remember that really bad dunk game?
because it was I think it was Grounded and then some other game, and we already got Grounded, so.
Yeah. Which, by the way, is lit. Oh, you know they added a bird into the game, right?
Oh, did they?
Bro, that bird is crazy.
Wow, but
You thought the spiders were bad.
oh, they attack, huh?
Oh man, I'm not talking about birds that are like around the size. Like these are giant birds. Like remember, we're the size of insects, and birds eat insects, so they think we're insects. So they're gonna try to eat us.
Alright, I need to see what the launch is for this, for the games, cause I totally forgot.
Truth be told, I really don't care, and here's the reason why. Because I'm already a member of Xbox Game Pass. No matter what first party title hits, I'm gonna have it day one just through Game Pass. So just for me having Game Pass, that automatically gives me those games. So as long as I pay my 15 a month or my 20 a month, whatever everyone's paying right now, like I'm still gonna be able to play those games without dishing out an extra amount of money. Unless you're Disney Plus and you try to make people pay $30 to see a crappy movie, but that's neither here nor there right now.
Oh, that's damn. Searching for that, dude. Did you hear about the face thing they're trying to do? Like have a camera in there and see how much the ticket's gonna cost depending how many people's in the room. It's some.
We'll get to that discussion in a little bit. Let's just jump back to the Xbox and kind of close it up. My main thing about it, I'm pretty happy that they ended up showing the prices exactly how I thought they were gonna go because it's what makes perfect sense. Because there's another thing we were talking about. When it comes to the console wars, there's really no such thing. Because during the time of the PS4 and the Xbox One, it was more so what more bang of your buck can you get from each thing. You know, the PlayStation having the exclusive titles, having, you know, games like God of War, games like Spider-Man, games like Uncharted, games like Last of Us, you know, all of these really hard-hitting AAA titles that are beautiful single-player experiences. You know, Horizon Zero Dawn, another one, still, wonderful game. And Xbox with more so of their service where it's like, hey, not only do we have a lot of the first-party titles, not only do we have Halo 5, Gears 5, the Tomb Raider series, we have the Forza series, we have Crackdown. So besides all these games, we have a plethora of other games too as well on our Game Pass. You know, we have Monster Hunter World, we have Devil May Cry, we have Resident Evil, and it just keeps going. And by the way, since we're talking about Game Pass, another thing you're going to be implementing later on in the year is actually EA Play is going to take their vault of games and they're adding them onto the Xbox Game Pass for no additional charge. So whatever you're paying for already right now, when EA Play hits Xbox Game Pass, that's even more games you're able to play for $15 a month. So when it comes to bang for your buck,
you said console war, but look at this person, Xbox fangirl.
there's really no such thing. There's no such thing as a console war. It's a subscription war now. It's who has the better subscription, who has the better bang for their buck. You know, which one is better? PlayStation Now, PlayStation Gold, or is it Xbox Live Game Pass? Like, which one is better?
I'm already telling you though. It's garbage.
I know it's garbage. I just like when you say it because it makes me feel better because it's a fact.
But yeah, it's sad sometimes. Well, okay, so I guess I recently heard that it's not a streaming service no more. They actually have more futuristic games, but that doesn't change the fact that that it's garbage. It just got less garbage in it, you know. That's all it was at the end of the day.
So it's not as much garbage; it's just less garbage.
For real.
You know what? But realistically, though, I mean, PlayStation really knows how to advertise their stuff regardless. I mean, look at the type of controversies that came behind The Last of Us. A lot of people talking a lot of shit about that game. Like, the way how everything sort of turned out. Like, at the end of the day, either you love the game or you hate the game. You know, you love the game because of the direction that they went and how ambitious they were. You hate the game because they treated certain characters like total garbage. But at least they're ambitious enough to actually try something out to give you a new narrative instead of just giving you essentially the same thing over again, which for that case I can essentially call out Gears of War right now, which Gears of War 4 and 5 basically feel the same thing to me. Like I really didn't have any type of um emotional value into those games the same way how I did with the first 3 Gears of War games. Gears 1, 2, and 3, it was such a bro game, but it was a very emotional bro game. Where like you're playing this dude who's been in prison for the past couple of years because he ended up betraying the military, and then his best friend Dominic comes and breaks him out of prison. All these monsters are breaking through the prison, trying to eat everyone and kill everyone, and all this. Like it goes from that to like all the way to the end, where like you're still the same dude who got broken out of prison. Man, you lost your best friend, you lost your father, you lost like so much in life, and the only things you really have left are the rest of your team, the woman who's been helping you throughout this entire journey, who essentially became his wife, and finally be able to take a breather and have that peace. I mean, he's still alive in the games in the series. He's kind of like the Obi-Wan Kenobi / Han Solo of the games. That's like, he's kind of there,
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, PlayStation 100% knows how to sell their games. They know, hey, you want to play Spider-Man, right? Well, you come here. Hey, you want to play God of War? Guess what? There's only one place to play it. Hey, you want to play Horizon? I mean, yeah, we're not going to say much about the PC version right now, but you can still play it on the PlayStation. Like,
You want another Uncharted? Here you go.
exactly. Oh, what's that? What? Another controversial version of The Last of Us? Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, another Days Gone, the game that kind of came out and no one really talks about anymore. Yeah, we'll kind of just drop that. We'll revamp that game so it can become better. To me, that game kind of reminds me of like State of Decay, which is an Xbox version of a zombie game, and it's like at least in that game you got permadeath and like actual like consequences.
So, like that game, I never felt overwhelmed before in a video game, and that game made me feel overwhelmed. Like I passed this tunnel. It's like in the very beginning, well, not that much in the beginning. It's like 10 minutes in. You go through the tunnel, and then you just see a bunch of these zombies, and I'm like, man, like I don't know if I have the right tools, the guns to like deal with all of these creatures. And I'm like stealth. I might go back on October to play it, but till then, I'll let you know what I think about it on the next. Oh no, I'll let you know next month podcast. Because some
All right, all right.
are not really like they say it's stealth, but they don't have the stealth mechanics. Like GTA is known for that.
I don't know why they say anything about stealth there. Like there are no actual stealth mechanics in Grand Theft Auto. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Like, look, and for me, I don't want to knock on the GTA community, but you guys are essentially playing like a slightly better version of Roblox. So, yeah, take that as you will.
But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Has there been any news? Is there gonna be a game of the reward?
Oh, you mean like game of the year type of thing?
Yeah.
Most likely. I mean, because if you look at it, the landscape of games, besides the fact that a lot of the big titles got kind of pushed to the side because of the virus or the pandemic that's been going on, even with that, there's still a lot of games that did come out this year. There's still a lot of really good indie titles that ended up coming out. There's still a lot of great things that still happened regardless. So I think there is going to be a reward show. I wouldn't mind a nice reward show. I mean, there's still a lot of things you can still kind of applaud. To me, right now, if I were to pick my game of the year, Ghost of Tsushima. That's probably game of the year right now.
Ooh.
But I'm kind of winging a little more toward Doom though, because Doom Eternal was actually a very good game. Like as a yeah, Doom. Remember, Doom Eternal came out this year.
I didn't know.
I believe 2 weeks before Ghost of Tsushima did. No, 3 weeks before Ghost of Tsushima, and then on the same day Animal Crossing came out this year. Which I know a lot of people will probably say Animal Crossing will probably be their game of the year.
Yeah,
That's probably because they're too busy getting screwed over by Tom Nook, trying to get my money like Tom Nook. That you know what? That's not Tom Nook. That's Nintendo. So, but like on the real though, like there's still plenty of titles that you could bring up that actually came out this year that are still really great contenders. So, like the obvious one I ended up saying for me, Ghost of Tsushima should win Game of the Year, but it has some stiff competition for this year too. I mean, what do you think will end up winning? I'm probably gonna guess you're gonna say Ghost of Tsushima because I know you played that game and you loved it.
Dude, that game was beautiful. Yeah, that game is gonna get Game of the Year. Like, if Last of Us 2 get the Game of the Year, I'll be hella heated, dude. I'm gonna send, I'm gonna add like PlayStation every day. I'm like, yo, you guys, what the hell you guys doing? No, I'm gonna add who owns it? Jeff Giff, I forgot. The host of Game Rewards. I'm gonna tweet him every day. I'm like, yo, why you
Jeff
doing
Keighley,
this? Yeah, Jeff Keighley. I'm gonna send him like, yo, what you doing, fam? Like, come on.
man.
Like that dude is a trip thinking that I don't know. He's been a little bit savagely lately. He's been trying to push everybody to put out spoilers for their games and stuff like that. I noticed.
Well, you do know where he comes from, right? You know he used to be a part of the network G4 TV, right?
No way.
Yeah, he used
Okay,
to be a
so
part of. Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out how, like he must have money, right? Cause he got his own show and all that.
I mean, no, I mean, as a games journalist, the way how he worked into basically having his own game show and that is really a lot of networking and a lot of really great conversations behind closed doors. Like, he really knows how to actually sell to like get people to want to go out there and advertise their game the best way possible, and that's what really helps his brand to grow as much as it does. And the video game awards is a testament to that, where you have so many exclusive titles that get revealed at the video game awards, and they showed all their stuff there first before anyone else, before E3, before Tokyo Game Show, before the Super Bowl, before any other event. They're like, hey, you know what, if you really want to check out this brand new game that's coming out, I guarantee you want to see it at the Video Game Awards. And that
Okay.
Jeff Keighley is like he's a gaming hustler's hustler, bro. Like, he knows how to do his thing, man. And I'm so proud to have actually seen him grow as much as he did, because that kind of gives me motivation to want to push into the gaming community the way how I would see fit in order for me to fit into the gaming community.
Alright, alright. Oh man, I'm glad G4 is back. I think we announced that in the last part because I don't remember. But if we didn't, yo, G4 it has to stay. It's back and it better stay. I want it to last till like I die. Alright, then it could go away because then I won't be around to see it. And they better choose some good hosts, dude. That's all I want.
Bro. I wrote a script. I wrote a song. All I need is a camera right now, and I can record all this stuff, and then I can edit it and then submit it to them. Like, I'll tell you the concept when we're done streaming in that. Like, I'll tell you the concept in that, like what it is, and like, cause the moment you ended up saying like, oh man, they're having a contest, I'm like, I already know exactly what I would do because I thought about it already before. Like, if G4 were to come back, because I mean, I grew up with G4. I mean, not more so grew up, more like my high school years consisted of a lot of watching G4 Tech TV. And when you have shows like Attack of the Show, X Play, freaking Electric Playground, which is amazing to watch. You had the
I love Code Monkey. I think that's all I used to watch that for. Code Monkey, man. That's all it was for me. And then
dude, Code Monkeys. What else did we have? We had Formula D. When they started showing Formula D and actually introduced like drifting into the whole thing, I actually thought that was pretty cool. Um, they had all the E3 shows during that time. That's if you wanted to see on TV like all the shows or all the press conferences, you went to G4 on your TV to watch all the press conferences.
I was too
And
young.
like,
I think I don't know. I was like
oh
in
man,
sixth grade before I left.
bro, I still remember some of the stuff that we watched during the time. Like, me and a couple of my friends that would just sit there and watch like the trailers and that'll come out.
Yeah.
And like, I still say the number one game that still makes me sort of tear up and cry to this very day, like the trailer, would have to be the Halo 3 trailer, just because it was so perfect in atmosphere that like I had no choice but to have like that Native American teardrop. But like in the most happiest emotional way possible. And now that they're back, I would love to be a part of it. Even if I'm not a host, I would love to work in the background, working the cameras, working editing, audio. Like, you already know, we've been through the school, so
Yeah.
we can basically do that with our hands tied behind our backs.
Just being employed there would be great. because you get to know things before it even goes on air. But
And who knows? Maybe Jeff Keighley will probably be want to be a part of it again. Maybe we'll see Olivia Munn back on it.
Rito. You know who else could have their own TV show? Rooster Teeth could have their own, not own TV show, but their own channel. Like Rooster Teeth could be in it too.
I mean, they kind of already do, if you think about it.
They have it on the computer, but I mean, like on the channels. You know what I mean?
That'd be nice. That would be nice.
And then okay. So in my high school years, like a little bit halfway now, yeah, maybe halfway through in the ending or beginning, I can't remember. But remember Machinima?
Yeah, of course I remember Machinima.
'Cause,
Remember Machinima Nocturnal Emissions?
nah, I don't remember that one.
Those are like the rated like M for mature / N17 games that were shown off in the middle of the night. That's probably why you don't remember.
Because I had on PlayStation View, you only paid $1 for the subscription fee, so it was in junior year. All right, so you no, it was actually it could have been college. Anyways, point of being is that I paid $1 just for the channel, and it was great. I watched Dankfire and this role playing of GTA 4 with mods or whatever, and then PlayStation moved that channel into the 65 program. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't pay that. And then PlayStation View got canceled overall, so I'm like, all right, that's fine. But if Machinima could come back, I would love that. I would watch it all the time. And then, have you watched this show called this documentary of gaming called High Score?
Yeah, I remember it.
Oh, you did? Oh, damn! I
Yeah.
binge watched it this morning, and I was like, I find it so amazing on how it grew.
Oh yeah, man. Like, funny enough, a lot of people, for those who think competitive gaming is a more recent thing, competitive gaming has been around since like the penny arcade era, where people will go out, play Pac-Man, play Donkey Kong, play Pong, like Centipede, all those games. You always had those people that were going out trying to get the world records, trying to get the high scores, and those are the type of people that were technically considered the original pro gamers, because it took a certain level of concentration in order for you to get the highest score possible. And you still hear some of those names, right? Up to this very day. A couple of them not for a good reason, like Billy Mitchell. I don't know whether or not I don't, because if you didn't know, Billy Mitchell, he's a guy who constantly competed in multiple different titles. But they did a documentary called The King of Kong. If you never seen that, even to the audience, if you guys never seen that, make sure you go out and actually watch The King of Kong. It gives you more of an outlook on the way how like the penny arcade era was, and the way how everyone was competing against one another from like the 70s and 80s, and then going into the 90s, and then more recent with them constantly going against each other to try to get the perfect score on Donkey Kong. And it was between Billy Mitchell and Steve Wiebe, which it's an amazing story. It's really awesome, and there's actually a bit of follow up afterwards as well that you can find out. And I still kind of follow it a little bit just because the documentary was so good. But it really does open your eyes to like, hey man, like competitive gaming has been around since gaming has been around. And the reason why, because there's always that one kid, especially in the arcades, that one kid that was like, "Oh man, you heard about him? Yeah, man, it's Billy Mitchell, man. He's able to like beat the entire game and get the highest score just off of one quarter, man. He is so crazy." Like, and imagine that, like back in those days, you had to constantly pop in a quarter every time you died, basically, or like every 3 lives you ended up popping in a quarter, depending on which game you played. And
didn't he cheat though? Didn't he cheat?
That was the accusation that happened recently. They ended up saying that he possibly could have cheated. Somebody ended up calling him out on it, and then they ended up taking down his score. But I did hear recently, I believe they put it back up
because they didn't want to go in with a lawsuit.
Well, not only that, they do believe that it was actually not cheating. I don't know. The whole thing is kind of blurry with that. I honestly feel like, hey man, if you're using an emulator, that's considered cheating. That's not the original game, and you can basically like do certain things to the emulator in order for it to be in your favor, in order for you to get even higher score than what you were originally supposed to get. So that's the way the cookie crumbles on that. Right now, I mean,
Right.
Thankfully, we're in a new era of competitive gaming. To you, what was the moment of gaming as an esport or competitive gaming now? What was the thing that caught your eye up to this very day?
Like far as like what made me take it serious or
Yeah, like what made you think like, oh man, this is real cool. Like, yeah, I'm really gonna get into this.
it was Modern Warfare 3 when me and my buddy we played team deathmatch every
All right.
day at least 1 hour because I noticed it took me a while for me to notice my scoreboard for team deathmatch was 74,000 and something. So I'm like, I guess you really don't have to be on no life as long as you put a certain amount of hours within the day. Your leaderboard score will go up, and obviously you got to be good at the game. So I was definitely looking at the Brax. You know, I was one of those players who looked at the KD, make sure everything's positive, including my win and loss ratio, if I could fix that. And then me and my buddy played survival mode, and we even killed it on the leaderboard. There, we made it to the 100,000s, and that's when I was like, "Yo, Modern Warfare is the game for me." Like, that was a highlight of my Call of Duty in general.
All right. Cool. Cool.
What about you?
I don't think we have a long enough episode for that. So I'll give you the cliff notes. My competitive side started playing Gears of War as a competitive game all around the city. When it going to everyone's tournaments and whooping everyone's ass. Beast mode. Um, Game battles, jumping on there, whooping everyone's ass for like 6 months straight. Beast mode. Uh, man, Halo 3, competing in that, playing a lot. Like, game battles was essentially life for me, especially during my high school years. And being able to transition. The reason why I didn't play Halo 2 competitively is because I was really terrible at the game by the time I got Xbox Live. And everyone was stomping me. Like, one of my first matches was literally a score of 50 to -2. So that should go to tell you like just how bad it actually was. Yeah, my very first loss in a competitive match online on Halo 2 was 50 kills to -2 kills. Don't ask me how the -2 happened. I still don't know. But it ended up showing me like, hey man, there's a bar to reach. But after when I got mollywopped in H2, I moved to Gears of War, got better in Gears of War, ended up being mentored by literally the greatest in. It probably is just my opinion, but I would say it's an irrefutable fact that Stevenson Strife is still 100% the best Gears of War player to have ever lived. He knew that game better than anyone, and I learned a lot from joining his clan for a little while and playing games with them and being a substitute for their clan, and that's how I got into clans. I actually joined his clan. Originally they were called the Balchinians, and then they switched to being called Divide and Conquer. And right around the time when they were switching to become Divide and Conquer, I ended up telling him, hey, I want to branch off, I want to do my own thing. I feel like I learned enough in order for me to have my own team. And then that's when I ended up coming up with Beast Mode. And then from there, we would scrim against each other, like my team versus his team would go back and forth. And that's how I basically improved on playing Gears. And then every time there was a local tournament in the city, me and my buddies would go. If it's a 2v2, whatever, we're just going to sit there and laugh at everyone because like there are certain tournaments that even my older brother would go to and like watch me and my partner Bobway, who amazing dude by the way. I still talk to Bobway to this very day, and I remind him like, man, remember when we first started Beast Mode, how monstrous we were? And it's just a crazy mind trip because it's like we were unstoppable. We were so unstoppable, and it was like bringing up that tournament that was at where my older brother was watching us. We were actually toying in the finals, like we were messing around, and my brother pulled us off on the side after like the fourth round. He's like, "Why are you playing with these guys? Just run them over, man. We need to get home." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So, because well, every time we won a round, we did like a little dance. Like every time we would win, we just look at each other and it'd be like bazooka, zooka, bubblegum, and just mess around so much. That's how simple it was for us. Like, dude, man, like when you hear crab running, when you hear weapon sliding, when you hear wall bouncing, when you hear all those things, I was there during the creation of all those. Like any of those technical terms that you hear from the Gears of War era, from that came from Gears 1, I was there during the creation. And why? Because I knew Steve freaking Strife, literally best player in Gears of War. I still say it out to this very day. This man is a military man. He's got kids now. He's older, but he's still one of the greatest players in Gears of War. And I hate the fact that he is not on a pro team because I knew if he was on a pro team,
It'll be over.
bro, it could be just him. Honestly, if you cloned him and just had 5 members of him, like no one would win. Nobody would win.
They'll be making those stacks.
But yeah, man,
Hold
that's where I started, and then I mean we're here now.
Speaking of clans, I was in the clans in the end of my high school years, and my friend little brother, he was pretty good at quick scopes. It was in Black Ops 2, and he was starting trying to be a YouTuber or whatever. He started a clan called X Fusion. So I actually still have my Twitter from X Fusion. It's xfusion_cash. But so I was trying to get serious with it too, because I'm like, shoot, this is gonna be an East Voice team. It's gonna be lit. And then we met another clan called Myth or Graphic. I forgot which one came first. So I switched over with them just for a little bit. You know, we all did. Everybody from X Fusion made a Myth account or Graphic. And then we met whichever one was next, which was Graphic or Myth. I always forget which one, but like, okay, so like, you know how Optic and FaZe had beef? It was between
Yeah.
Myth and Graphic that had beef. And I forgot who started what, and I forgot which side I fought for. So I deleted my account, the one that caused beef. I want to say it was Graphic. So Graphic started beef with Myth, or I don't know how that went about, but we knew Myth was in the right. So we took the Myth side. We did a 1v1. We try to be respectful, try to have a match. So we had our match, and then they got salty as hell like usual, because we were the bees. And then they backed out, and then they just deleted us, and we're like, alright, it's cool. And this was a history that me and my friend little brother is gonna hold in. At least I still do. I don't know if he cares anymore because he dropped out of the YouTube thing, which sucks because he was going. But I enjoyed that time. I would never forget that story because that was so lit, man. I love
Man,
fan battles.
you ever been to a LAN party,
I want to. That's one of my
bro?
goals.
Bro, like the Halo 3 era of LAN parties is still to this very day one of the most talked about things among my age group because nothing was better during that time, man. You got together with a bunch of other people. You got together for a whole weekend. It'll be like 20, 30 guys and like 24 Xboxes all over the place, all lined up next to each other, and like you'd have matches. You have your money eights. You have your 4v4s. You have your crazy free for all match happening over here. You have like a random stupid like side game somebody made on their new map. Like we're all playing Tetris and Fat Kid, and having Warthog races and like just stupid stuff like that. Like I mean not LAN parties were, mwah, they're just, oh my god. They're never coming back just because everything's online now and it hurts.
Dude, you see, that's one of my goals. I'm gonna make a LAN party one day. Because I want that experience of like everybody had their TVs and their systems and playing
Here's the
together.
crazy part though. Like the thing that kind of switched all that out now, now you have game lounges. There's no longer those stories of, hey, my friend's dad owns a repair shop and he repairs TVs. So every time when he repairs a TV, no one picks it up during the weekend. We take that TV downstairs in the basement, and there's like 30 dudes all playing, and there's like pizza boxes everywhere. Everyone smells like socks and feet and sweat because everyone's playing like ultra try hard on Halo.
And the funny thing is that I was actually planning like this year. I was for sure was gonna have a LAN party. Like I have a spare PS4. Actually, I remember. I forget how that even happened, but I had like another TV. Like I was ready for it, and it wasn't. It didn't happen. I'm like, damn. But I'm still
Shoot, I
hoping.
was about to say, man, if you got a spare PS4, man, let me go ahead and copy it. I'll play some Destiny with you on PS4.
Dude, I don't play Destiny on PS4. Or do I? I probably have it linked. I think I do.
Pretty soon, everything's gonna be crossplay, man. By next year, they ended up saying that they want to implement crossplay in there for everyone. First, you're going to start off with the families, like the PlayStation family. The PS4 and 5 will be able to play with each other, and the Xbox One and the Xbox Series will be able to play with each other. And then after that, they're going to end up linking everything together. Oh, and also PC. If you got a PC as well, you'll be able to play with either PlayStation or Xbox players as well. That's dope.
For sure. I can't wait till that happens. I guess I
And
mean, I'm surprised it didn't already happen. It's like you do need an account to sign into with Bungie.
right, and that's the reason why we do have cross save. That's why we're able to use that, but crossplay hasn't been implemented yet.
That's why I
I,
wanted to.
I'm glad that they're taking their time with it because they want to make sure it works just right. So then they'll be able to like funnel out like, okay, these guys are the cheaters, these guys are, stuff like that. They don't want to be like Call of Duty because you see how Call of Duty is. Like literally everyone complains about cheaters now. Everyone.
I want
Which
to
sucks because it's a really good game.
I want to know, is it hard to do cross save progression? That's what I want to know.
For most games, no.
I
Not
googled it.
really.
I'm trying to find information on, like, why isn't cross progression a thing? It should be a thing if it's in your like.
It depends on the game. It's more so depending on the game rather than just being like its own thing. I mean, besides the fact that if you buy a certain console, they want you to play with those certain people. But like the way how Rocket League and Smite and Fortnite, the way how they ended up implementing the crossplay, a lot of people started realizing like, hey, we could still make a lucrative amount of cash even with the crossplay because anyone can play on anything, and no matter what, they're gonna end up buying our game regardless. So yeah, why not? Go ahead, crossplay.
And then what you call it? Yeah, I think that's the only thing I had. Oh yeah, and then okay, so I don't know. Do you watch Lucifer or no?
No, I do not. I heard it's a good series, but I'm like, eh.
It
The reason
is.
why I don't watch it because I mean I'm not one for the angelics. I mean that's kind of getting into the whole religion thing, and I don't want to bring too much religion into it. But they'll just say it's not my cup of tea.
I love it so much, dude. Shout out to that. I want to do a shout out to that one actor. I forgot her name, but she plays as the. She's like a Mexican chick that does the science part of the investigation, and she signed on for it to take care of another season because it was gonna end on season 5, but now there's gonna be a season 6, the final season. I'm so glad for that.
The final season.
Yeah, that's what they literally said it on the article. The final. Because
Like what is this? Final Fantasy now is gonna just be.
Because I think it's saying that because, like, let's say someone doesn't like season 6, right? At least they could say season 5 would be good for them. I mean, even though it left with a huge cliffhanger, I'll be disappointed.
Oh yeah, just in case if we end up pulling a Game of Thrones, let's make sure we do this. Yeah, that makes perfect
That sounds
sense.
about right. I never watched it, but I heard that's how it went down.
Bro, you have no idea, man. Talk about utter garbage. That's a whole other like podcast on its own, man. We'll probably start talking about movies and like TV shows for the next segment, but like or the next podcast.
Yeah,
But man,
I haven't
but
watched that.
speaking of movies, I do want to bring this up because it just came across my mind. For those who don't know, there's a trailer out known as Dune. Dune is a movie that is based off a book series that to a lot I believe it's the very first sci-fi novel to actually come out. Think of it as Star Wars but better in every way. Like every conceivable way, it's better. If you haven't seen the trailer, definitely go check it out. I'll let Vile know the link, so he could probably put the link down in the description so you guys can check it out. I highly recommend to watch this. So many great actors. I love the atmosphere. Love the way how the world looks, the way how the armies look, the way like the aesthetic of the movie, the atmosphere, everything about it. I'm telling you right now, this is going to make me completely forget about Star Wars. I don't know Dune too much. I knew of Dune for the longest time, but wow, I was not expecting for this trailer to blow me away as much as it did, and it's mwah, it's beautiful. It's something that I needed, especially after the horrendousness that was the sequel trilogy of Star Wars. Hashtag not my Star Wars.
Hell no.
Bro, I could probably rant for like a good 2 hours about how terrible or how angry The Force Awakens doesn't make me that mad that much. It's the other two that make me mad: The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. I hate those movies with all my heart.
I don't mind it. I understand it. But yeah. Honestly, I don't think oh yeah, okay. Have you been watching those Snapchat stories of what if?
No.
No.
Oh, but here I'm gonna tell you right now. The only social media thing I really do follow is my Twitter. The only reason why, because at least I know what type of bullshit I'm signing up for. I'm not on Snap. I'm not on Instagram. Not on TikTok. I'm not wasting my time on that garbage. I can't. For me, TikTok is horrible. TikTok is for kids who don't know how to edit, which is why I get upset at you because I know you know how to edit. So why are you on TikTok?
That's the biggest thing, dude. Like I'm spreading my platform everywhere as much as I can.
You know what? I rarely root for Trump, but I hope he shuts down TikTok. I'm hoping he does.
TikTok isn't going anywhere.
If I have to vote for Trump in order for TikTok to die.
Votes. Everybody go to gamervote.com. It will lead you to your local voting station. Yes, indeed. I tried it myself.
Yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that. Especially, look, the best thing to do, I don't care who you are, listen to each side, find out which one agrees with you more. There are other sides, listen to them as well. Find out where you stand politically and go along with those lines. Because the bigger the movement, the better it is for you to get your voice heard. Definitely do it regardless. I don't care if you're for Trump. I don't care if you're against Trump. I don't care if you think both guys are child molesters and they shouldn't even be running against each other. I'm talking about both Biden and Trump. I don't care. Whatever your views are politically, to yourself. Not if you're following one or the other. Whatever it is for you, find out what it is, and then follow with it, follow through it, and then go out there and vote. Vote however you'd like. As long as you vote, that's all that matters. That's all that really matters. And make sure you vote early. Because Donald Trump is trying to make everyone look like a bunch of black people trying to go to church when it starts at 8 o'clock, but they go at 10. So
prices. Nah, just kidding.
I was about to say, I'm like, okay, and water is wet.
Damn.
I know it hasn't happened because none of my gamer sources have been blowing me up yet.
That's fair enough. You do have the plug, and I call myself the gamer plug, but the truth is, you are the plug.
Bro, I'm not a plug, man. I'm an extension cord at this point. the one with the multiple outlets.
Oh yeah, okay. You remember that one game? The game from the high score. It was on the last episode. It was called Trapdoor.
Yeah.
So when Sega picked it up, I'm surprised they didn't have them just keep the version with the ninjas versus the slow vampire blood-sucking creatures. You know. I like the ninja idea. That was more fire than the blood-sucking one.
I mean, there are a lot of game concepts that lots of people know about that got cut off. Like, even some of your favorite titles you can think of, there's probably a lot of things that they cut off to the side that they're either going to leave for a sequel or they're just going to leave out entirely.
Oh, that was crazy. Okay, so people back then that said video games cause violence, I wonder if they were alive on this day, would they still say the same thing? Because
I mean, as long as video games have been a thing, like this is an irrefutable fact. Whatever the popular medium is during the time, that is what causes violence. You know, music caused lots of violence. You know, everyone was saying rock and roll like made, you know, children, you know, act out against their parents and be rebellious and like go out and like drink alcohol and stuff like that. I mean, look at rap music. Oh man, it makes everyone turn into a bunch of thugs and, you know, wearing their pants below their knees and, drinking 40s all day, yada yada yada. And but it continues all the way back to like back in the Shakespeare era. Oh, like Shakespeare's plays, it causes people to be extremely violent because it really shows the inside of themselves and like their actual souls, and how they do believe that they possess the devil and blah 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 blah. Like as long as there's a medium that is popular. Newspapers, people used to say, "Oh man, newspapers incite violence, man." The way how these journalists write in these newspapers, man, they're trying to cause fights. They're trying to have people fight against each other. They're trying to make the world against one another. Like it, no matter what, there's always like whatever the next big thing is. Like I'm waiting for somebody to say TikTok causes violence. I'm waiting for that because it actually does cause violence. Why? Because it exists, and I want to choke people out who actually own TikTok.
Yo,
So
you're gonna get a TikTok, alright? You're gonna get it.
no, I'm not getting a TikTok. I am not getting one.
Listen,
No.
get it.
Nope.
Be-
Nope. Nope.
Once we have the next episode, you're gonna get it. Alright, that's the end of the discussion. Everybody that's watching
Vote
this,
Trump 2024.
put down in the comments and tell Mario to make a TikTok. If we could get at least like 10 people to say it, he would make it.
No, I'm not. I'm not going on TikTok.
I
I'm
said
not
the
going
same
on TikTok.
thing. I said I was never gonna go on the app. Next, thing you know,
Here's the difference. I follow through with what I say. For as crappy as I do it, I still go through it.
It's such a whole different vibe.
No, that's
is.
exactly. I don't know. I don't need to be on TikTok. I don't.
Trust me, it's fun.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
No, don't do the dance. Oh God, you're about to make me yeet my camera right now.
I don't even do the dance part. I just post gaming stuff.
Dude, like because obviously I see TikTok all over the place. I see the different types of things that people post up. Like, why am I watching you watch a TikTok?
I never seen that happen.
What entertainment is this? Like, why? I'm like, it's literally them just in front of the screen like this.
Oh, it's like the vibing thing. Maybe you misunderstood it. It was like
It's
vibers,
no,
like
it's still dumb. You're literally just being watching something. No, it's literally just it's split screen. You have one side where it's the actual video of happening, and then people watching it like, yeah. And then like they're like agreeing or disagreeing, and like, oh wow, I didn't know. Stupid stuff like that. Why is that a thing? Why am I watching people do reaction videos on TikTok when reaction videos are all over the place, rampant on YouTube?
I don't know. I have no idea.
We complain about Disney regurgitating a bunch of garbage, but look at this now. Oh my god.
Hey, I got it. Oh shoot, hold on. I messed up.
You're putting me on TikTok?
We're gonna be on
That
TikTok right
garbage ass app. That
now.
garbage
Yeah,
ass app.
look how easy it is. You know, it's this simple. It's TikTok.
No, TikTok is not. No. TikTok is garbage. If you're watching this on TikTok, you're a garbage human being. Get off of TikTok.
Follow Valcash Gaming. You're gonna see this podcast on.
I will become the deadliest villain of all time. TikTok needs to die. Vote Trump.
Oh, it only works one time.
Ha!
Okay, I like the frozen thing. Yo, legendary. Alright, everybody. Okay. So Mars on TikTok now, technically, in a way.
It's not me. It's an imposter.
In a way, he is. Alright. So I'm gonna.
Hey, I can hit you with the copyright infringement of using my face on TikTok.
Ooh.
For those who didn't know that there's a fine print on there.
Alright, everyone. So if you guys follow my YouTube channel, you guys can get to see me and Mar. You know, Mar's against TikTok, so he told me if there's 50 likes, he will make a TikTok.
If you get 2,000 subscribers, I will make a TikTok.
Oh, snap! I'm out. I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna fix
Yep.
that in here. I'm gonna fix that.
All you need is 2,000 subscribers. I will make a TikTok.
Alright, okay, bet. 2,000 subscribers. Alright, cool. You better make it. You better make it. There's no outs. There's no outs, dude.
It better be 2K. It better be 2K. I'm waiting for it.
People on TikTok is actually amazing because like there'll be like people making deals with their bosses. Like, oh, you made a TikTok thing work, you're fired. Like, wait, what if I get like viral? Alright then. You know, people be hitting them likes, and then bam, the person gets to keep the job. You know.
No, that's not for TikTok needs to die.
Alright,
No.
that's how we're gonna end the show. Now we'll see you again. I forgot, when did I post the last one? Saturday? Oh yeah.
Posted it Sunday, didn't you? Like Saturday night, Sunday, something like that.
Saturday 10 o'clock in the morning. Unless
All
we
right.
did Sunday 10 o'clock. Nope, Saturday, because I remember I was editing it Saturday. Oh, you guys, so Saturday again at 10 p.m. You guys get this. Well, you guys already probably been like, I forgot, how long have we been on for? It doesn't even matter. Whatever, about like an hour. So it's already 11 o'clock if you central. But anywho, as always, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe.
Yep.
And,
Yep. Of course, for those who don't know, I am Marlon Morgan, aka Marmor7, the Self-Proclaimed Beast King of Chicago. Thank you very much. And remember, guys, if you don't know what to live for your legacy, live for your heart, and live for your greatness. Till next time.
Pot loading shots, got a lot from the block. Put in work, then I shop. If you try me for this knot, boy, you gon' meet the Glock. 4 Nick, riding round, probably one in the top. In my hood, what it is, boy, pull over, stop. If you fuck around, up shots and probably won't stop. This the life I live, pay the price you probably would not. See, my mind always on motivation, I could be a trainer. Teach you how to work it and always see all the angles. See, this business, it done been all in my blood, boy, it's good. On my 9 to 5, serve a nigga quick, then count up. See you running.